Today we're in Flagstaff, Arizona for the Overland Expo West, and I'm gonna be showing you the top 5 Toyotas. New this year, we're handing out trophies. Check it out, this is gonna be for the first place winner. Cannot wait to show you who that is. We're gonna start with number 5 and make our way all the way to number 1. Let's get started. All right guys, we're here with John. You've made it to the top 5, man.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats. Really stoked to know everything about this Land Cruiser. Let's start from the front and make our way to the back.
Okay.
What do you have for the bumper?
So this is the Ironman bumper, the only one they make for this truck. So
Where does Ironman come from? Are they an
Australia.
Australian company?
Yeah. You're gonna notice a lot of Australian stuff on here.
Hell yeah,
So
dude.
it's very Aussie spec.
Dude, it fits the build perfectly.
Yeah.
How
so
long have you had this build for, by the way?
Maybe almost 2 years now.
It took you 2 years to build it to where it is now?
About a year, but we'll get into this because it failed me.
No, we don't want to hear that, guys.
Yeah.
The Toyota failing us. Let's pop the hood if
Okay.
we're talking about it.
All right.
So tell me, man, what happened?
Okay. Yeah. So my truck was overheating, and I thought it was head gasket. Ended up being fully cracked head, like multiple places, and top of the piston had a glow plug stuck in it. But the truck ran, like it ran fine. When you overheat it, I just let it cool down, and I was like, oh, that's just
An old vehicle.
I was like, yeah, it's 33 years old. Literally everything in this engine bay is brand new or rebuilt. Everything from the radiator back, all rebuilt or new.
Dude, and that's what caught our attention. We first saw it, we're like, all right, cool, a Land Cruiser. We've seen other ones out there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until we saw the engine, and we started looking deeper and deeper, we're like, dude,
There's
all
a
these
lot of-
components this is brand new.
There's a lot of details.
What was that turning point that made you
Rebuild
want
it?
to rebuild it? Did it blow up on you, or?
Yeah, so it was either a full rebuild, a swap. So we were considering a Cummins swap, keep it diesel, but I didn't end up choosing that because the conversion kit was way back ordered. It came from Australia. It was a little too difficult. I ended up just rebuilding OEM Plus. Did ceramic coated pistons, forged rods, ARP head studs.
Dude, you went all out.
Yeah, brand new head from Toyota, OEM head gasket, PDI intercooler, that's what the fancy polished is, and then UFI 18G turbo. This is getting a fuel pump from Australia that will be tuned for 250 horsepower.
What's the story behind this airbox here?
So this is made by my buddy Robert. His name's Clark Fab on Instagram. He is just ultra smart and knows how to build shit, and he makes these air boxes. He ended up engraving my logo into it.
That's your logo? I was like, dude, this adds such a nice touch to the engine
Yeah.
bay, dude. I was like, I knew that had a story behind it.
Yeah, so it's custom made for me, and then he's gonna make me a billet oil cap too. So
That's gonna look nice, man. Guys, look how it just comes out. That air intake just comes up to, this must sound so nice when it's on.
Yeah, we can turn it on if you want.
Ooh,
I don't know if they're.
I'm not gonna say no to
I don't know
that.
if they're allowed
It's
to do
better
that,
to
but-
ask for forgiveness than permission, I've heard.
Yeah. This is a 4-inch snorkel, and the 4-inch goes all the way through to the turbo. Turbo is 4-inch inlet as well. So it's a lot of air.
Awesome.
It sounds really good.
So we'll definitely be showing you guys how it sounds once we get done with the whole build.
Yeah.
Dude, what do you have for suspension?
Okay, yeah. So this is Ironman Foam Cell Pro.
Did it come originally with this?
No. So originally it was all stock.
Yeah.
The truck was very OEM, just like,
And you kind of
Yeah.
brought it up to where it is now.
yeah, and this is from Japan, so
Yeah, I
that's
saw.
why,
It's not a
yeah.
left-hand drive.
No,
It's
right-hand drive.
how is that driving a right-hand drive car in
You
the US?
get used to it, but it's weird because you sometimes think you're all the way over, but you're actually in the center of the two lanes. So.
What do you have for wheels and tires?
We just went to 37s and a 17-inch Nomad Arvo wheel. This is a negative 25 offset.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the clearance and back spacing all was kind of considered to try to clear everything without too much hacking, because I didn't want to like cut.
You said negative 25?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing how on the Land Cruiser with a negative 25
I
you
know.
don't get that much poke. On a
just
Tacoma
sits
you
there.
would get like,
Yeah.
it would be sticking way out.
Yeah.
What do you have for the sliders?
So these are white knuckle off-road sliders. These guys are awesome, family owned in California, like the nicest people. And they just build sliders.
That's sick.
It's
That's
sick.
sick.
And they make them from all kinds of trucks.
You have the Ironman awning. Is this the 360 that goes all around?
It's 270, so it just goes to the back. It's just like,
That's more than enough.
yeah, and like it has like lights and stuff built in, so it's pretty cool.
Why do we have this insulation going on here?
So this is definitely part of the Aussie aspect. This is made by a company called Max, M-A-K-S, Max Caravan.
And have you noticed that it helps?
It does. Yeah, so I sleep in the truck. I point this towards the sun and I don't get woken up by blaring hot, sun.
You're like, just needing that water. One thing that I love about John's build is he's someone that's using it non-stop, guys. And this is what's working for him. So tell me what you got back here. I see you have a dual swing out.
Yeah, dual swing out from Kmart, Australia.
Is this something that's being sold in America, or is it something you have to import?
Kmart's like old school Australia, like Outback brand, and it's hard to get. It took like 3 months to get. So it's not like the easiest option. It looks good, like it fits the vibe, right? But there's a lot of cool options out there. But I wanted like, I don't know, Aussie look, I don't know how else to explain it, but they have like the taillights and stuff built in and reverse lights. Does it have a table? No table. This is for like my Julica, that like hot water like heater. And then obviously dual jerry can. And then this does technically fit a 37, but it hits my taillight. So we got to figure something out. Because if I were to open that, it would just go through my taillight. And then like on the back, I just run propane mount, aluminum propane tank. And then,
that is so cool. I haven't seen this. It's mounted onto the tire.
You know where I got this?
Where?
Etsy.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, no joke.
That is so rad.
Came with the strap and this like molly plate. And then this propane mount just mounts to the molly plate.
Now, what are you using for propane mostly? Is it for
fire pits?
Fire pits?
Well, the reason why I went to a 10 pound is because of the fire pit. But normally we were at like that 5 pound, like the smaller one.
And this is, I think, the perfect size, man. It's not too big.
And this is aluminum.
Yeah.
So it's super light. This is the same weight as a full 5 pound. Those little details.
They add up, man.
Yeah.
Us Overlanders, we gotta make sure not to overpack.
Yeah.
Would you be able to show us your sleeping setup?
Yeah. Well, and then Starlink Mini.
Oh, man. Everybody's starting to have these Starlink setups, and I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon, man. Like, I need internet in the middle of absolutely nowhere. This, guys... Dude, this is a sleeper. He was hiding this setup right here. I did not know what to expect, man. You open this. This is freaking beautiful. What do you have here?
Okay, so this is a drawer system by Built For. They are a brand new company from San Diego area.
Yeah.
This is the prototype, so.
Dude, the fitment is amazing.
It's a lot better now than this one, so.
Is this a fridge?
This is a fridge, yeah.
No.
Nice. And I think this is about 25 liter. Which I learned to be more than enough for one person at least.
So it's just you going out?
Most of the time.
Yeah, this is more than
and
enough,
a dog
man.
or something, but yeah.
And then what about that one?
And then this is just a giant ass drawer.
Dude, I love how that went down and
then
out. That
carbon
was such
fiber
a
too.
Nice touch. I love how us dudes love and geek out about those little things. Dude, that's carbon fiber, baby. Dude, I love this setup you have back here. Oh, I love what I'm seeing back there. I can't call it out, but if you guys can see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a couple of those. Belfab makes this attic. It's just stainless steel attic. It's pretty cool.
Dude, I like that. Really cool. We just got a 4Runner. I'm wanting to rock that setup, dude. I feel like it's so...
I mean, I put all my jackets and like, I have a heating like sleeping pad that I sleep on, and like I just stuff all the random shit up there.
And then you sleep here. I see you have your mattress.
This is a Hest Foamy. I don't know what they put in these, but they're so freaking comfortable.
Oh,
it's not even that thick, and it's still like, I'm a side sleeper and it's still comfortable. And then
we have our boy Heymana. He's a pro skater.
Oh, okay.
He's also rocking these, and he takes the little pads and we just sit anywhere. Like they're so comfortable.
Yeah, they have like those new seat ones now.
Yeah.
That are sick.
Can you tell me what this setup is?
So this is the Red Arc system. So behind this fridge is a compartment underneath that is like their tech compartment. So you put all your battery, and you could build out all your electronics in there.
It's a power system.
Yeah, it's just a power system.
You control everything. You can see how the battery's running.
Yeah, and like turn everything on and off.
Dude, I need to get that on mine, man.
You can use an app too. Like Red Arc has a Bluetooth app. And then it has like a inverter and like plugs and stuff.
Look how convenient that is, guys. So John, thank you so much for walking us through your rig, man.
Yeah.
I know this is basically your home, right? When you're going out there, you're camping, you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I've had some wild trucks in my time, and like this is so simple. There's something about it. I just enjoy the simplicity.
That's awesome, man. And you can see it, and it's working for you.
Yeah. As you build trucks, you learn what you do and don't like, and that's why there's so many details. Because I'm just like constantly refining refining and refining.
To follow up with what you just said, if you could give advice to someone that's just starting out, what would it be?
Just go out and camp. Don't worry about this stuff. Learn what you like and don't like, because I've spent a lot of money
On things that you didn't
figuring
need.
that out. Yeah, and you don't have to do it that way. Like, and also videos like this are really handy, because then you're seeing what works for people. As much information you can intake without having too much money out is always the best.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, guys, we promised you. Now it's time to turn her on.
You ready?
Let's see. Dude, I was not expecting that. All right, let's let her warm up a little. Thank you, John, for sharing that with us. Before I let you go, I do have a surprise for you. So you made it to the top 5.
Yeah.
And this right here, sir,
Rip Royal.
is for you.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. That's sick. Did you? We didn't even see, you didn't even look inside, but I have an aftermarket steering wheel.
Yeah?
So-
Dude, well, feel free to put it on if you want. If not, you know, you can have it in the office.
That's
but
rad.
I think it's gonna fit great with your rig, man.
Yeah, that's sick.
Congrats, dude.
Oh yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, we're here with Brandon. How's it going, Brandon?
Great, how are you?
Dude, congratulations. You made it to the top 5.
Awesome.
Cannot
So
wait
stoked.
to hear everything about your 4Runner. Let's start from the front and make our way to the back.
Certainly.
What are you rocking for your front bumper?
We have our CBI Expedition Series front bumper. We have the Warn 10S Platinum winch, Factor 55 winch lead, and the Fairlide.
What capacity is this worn?
This is actually a 10,000 pound winch.
10,000 pound
Yes.
winch? Cool. What are you rocking for lights? I see you have a lot of them.
We do. We have all Baja designs. We have the 5 LP6s obviously up front. We're running the Squadron Pros for ditch lights, and we're running an S8 30-inch in the grill.
How long have you guys had this 4Runner for?
I actually bought it brand new in 2017. And a little bit here, a little bit there, and finally we were able to get it to this point as you see it right now.
How many variations has it had?
We actually started off with just doing the suspension first, and then added the wheels and tires, and then we kind of wanted to get into overlanding. So, you know, obviously as you added the weight, you obviously had to increase the spring rates, and so we had 5 different variations of spring rates on here.
You learn as you go along. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we've taken this thing to all different destinations, all over California, as far east as Colorado, as far north as Washington.
And it's you and your wife along
Yes.
this journey.
Yes,
That is so cool, guys. I love being able to see, you know, someone share this with your wife.
it's fantastic.
Brandon, tell me, what do you have for your headlights?
We have Morimoto. We have their brand new XP Evos. They've been amazing light. I love them. They're so amazing. And I've had 5 different headlights in there, and the Morimotos, they're awesome.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, they're great.
Let's talk suspension.
Yes,
And I know you're here at Power Brakes.
Yes.
How are you liking their setup?
they're the best. They're absolutely the best. We added so much weight on here that it came to a point where we actually went through a stoplight. It became a safety concern.
Oh, you start to go up in tire size, you know, you get all this weight, now you had to figure out how to stop them.
Absolutely. So we reached out to Delon at Power Brake, and he said, got the ultimate solution for you. So we're running the X-Line kit in the front and the D-Line kit in the rear.
These are the 6-piston ones?
Yes, sir.
Dude, I love them.
Yeah, they're so amazing. We've never ever had an issue with stopping since we've had them.
That's rad, dude. You're able to track the temperature. You can see where, you know, there was a failure, at what temperature it failed at, and just being able to know exactly what temperature you're riding at. You know, these guys raising the Dakar, they know what's up. What do you have for suspension?
We have Icon's Stage 7 billet set up.
Wow, stage 7, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're running upgraded springs in the front, so it's 700-pound coils. All the shocks have been revalved for the weight. In the rear, we are running Dominson's 849V rear springs to compensate for the weight.
How did you start? Did you start with stage 7 right away, or did you work your way up?
I actually started out with a Stage 7.
Wow.
Yes, it's actually my third Toyota off-road rig, and I've always ran Icons on them.
That's rad, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your sliders. What do you got?
So we're running the Bud-built sliders on here. This vehicle actually has KDSS, so they actually complement the KDSS system really well.
Sweet. I see you have a shower cube right here.
Yes, yeah.
How do you like it? Is this mostly
great.
for you?
It's actually for both. Yeah. We both actually kind of use it for changing. We also use it for showers and also for...
It's great for that privacy, right?
Absolutely.
Dude, I love it. My wife actually got one too right now.
Super cool.
So I see you have an alley cab up there. How are you liking that tent?
It's great. We have the Gen 3R.
How many people does it fit?
It fits 2 on a furry friend.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's been great. We actually also have our Sunflare Explorer solar panels on the roof as well.
And what is that powering?
We actually power everything in the rig. We have 2 e-bikes that we take with us camping, so we wanted the ability to recharge the e-bikes while we're out. And also for cooking and everything else.
Sick, dude.
And we actually have the power system for it behind the rear seat.
Are we able to see that?
Absolutely.
Cool.
So pull the rear seat real quick. And it has a full Victron setup in the rear.
Oh, dude. This is goals right here. So this is where I need my 3rd gen to get to. Right now, over the years, we build them with different shops. We've gone all over the place, and it's just a bunch of chicken wiring. This is inspiration and goals right here, dude. That is so cool. And you got the solar panels wiring everything there.
Yes. And complete power system setup. The man behind this is sponsored by Wifey, Al.
Oh, cool.
He does all our electrical setup on both rigs, and he's the guy.
It's so important to find the guy, you know, to do that stuff.
Absolutely.
Brandon, my man, what do you have on wheels and tires? What size?
Okay, so we have the raised Volk Racing T37 XT wheels in mag blue, and they are 17 by 8.5 with -10 offset.
-10 offset. It looks so nice.
Yes, it's amazing. And we're actually running those with the Toyo. Toyo actually just came out with these tires. They're the brand new RT Pros.
And these are 35s?
Yes, sir. 35, 12, 50, 17s.
Cool, man. All right, Brandon, what do you have for your high clearance rear?
So this is actually our CBI Expedition Series rear bumper. It actually has 2 swing outs.
Dude, I love seeing CBIs, because this is one of their original ones, right?
It is.
Dude,
yes.
And seeing it out in the wild like this is so cool. I also have the dual swing outs, so I can relate with how convenient it is,
Absolutely.
right? You now have like the table right here. Damn.
Absolutely.
Walk me through this. What do you got here?
This is a Goose Gear complete camp chef setup. And we have for refrigerator, we have National Luna's 60 liter.
60
Legacy.
liter?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow, man, you guys can go out there for a while.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of guys like beer, but I'm a sucker for ice cream.
Us too.
You know, and being able to have ice cream in the middle of the desert, that's where I'm at. I see you have the power tank.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know, you got it back there, you got a hose.
It was really important to us to have an onboard air setup on the truck. You know, we're out, we always like to, air down, and when we're done, we want to make sure that we were able to air the tires back up.
How many gallons is that one?
That's a 15 gallon.
15 gallons?
Yes, sir.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to refill it?
It's good for 35-inch tires. It can fill up around 40, 35-inch tires.
40,
Yes.
35-inch tires?
Yes.
That's really convenient. Dude.
Yes.
One of the things that always turned me off about that is like, man, I got to go back and refill it.
Correct.
At 40, that's really good. Dude, Brandon,
Outstanding.
thank you so much for showing us around, man.
Absolutely.
I have a little gift for you. Before you give me your hand, Camilo, thank you, sir.
Oh,
we have
wow.
a present for you. So you made it to the top 5.
Oh, wow.
And you are number 4, sir.
Oh, wow.
I want to show you. Now, this is something you can either use in your vehicle or just hang it up in the office.
Okay.
You know, at home.
Oh, wow.
Congrats, my man.
This is so cool. Thank you so much.
Here you go.
Wow.
All right, guys, we're here with Jason. We go long way back, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the OG guys. His original name is Taco Dust. You now build a bunch of vehicles. I'm so happy to see you come back to the Tacoma.
Dude, it's good to be back, man. Starting full circle, my first Tacoma ever was a 2nd gen, and it was a 2014 two-wheel drive long bed. For my purposes, it was the worst spec ever. It was 2-wheel drive, it was long bed, but it was a double cab, and it was my dream truck in high school.
You tell me that gave me goosebumps. I literally had a silver double cab,
Yeah.
2-wheel drive, 2nd gen.
Yep.
Mine was an 08.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool, man. What
It's
year?
actually, this is an 06.
06, all right.
Facelift.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Let's start from the front and make our way all the way to the back. What are you rocking for that front bumper?
So Relentless Fabrication, they're out of Reno. They're such a rad crew. I've had a couple of their bumpers. I think they make one of the cleanest bumpers for 2nd, 3rd gen, and GX. I had this same bumper on the GX, and I just wanted to come back to it. So
I agree, man. Especially their new rear. I can't wait to show you guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that.
So yeah, obviously you can see Baja Designs lights. I run Baja Designs on all my rigs. They're just my favorite aesthetics.
You got the VR Evo. Is this the 10,000 pound?
Yep, 10,000S, Factor 55 Fairlead, and Ultra Hook. RCI skids all the way through.
How are you liking these headlights?
Dude, honestly, a big problem for me when I bought the truck was it was an 06, so it was the 1.0 second gen. And I think the second gen facelift, you know, the 12 to 15 is one of the best facelifts that Toyota has ever done.
I agree, dude.
And so when I bought this truck, I was like, I'm gonna go full in and do the facelift. It's not that hard to do, but you just have to know, like, you have to pull everything that supports this front grille. But I think it turned out great. And then I really wanted a modern headlight, and I thought these Alpha Rex headlights,
They did such a good job at like keeping it somewhat
so
OEM.
good. Yeah.
You still get that vibe where you know it's aftermarket.
It brings me back to that third gen. Like, that was such the striking difference of when the third gens came out. There was just like the headlight was just so futuristic and cool. So I wanted to kind of bring back some of that like excitement into this truck, because that's where I cut my teeth. Building my Tacoma is where I started. So
Dude, and I can see that passion with this build when you initially started. When I saw it on the stories and I saw it come up, and I was like, Taco Dust is back. And I saw the passion that went into it. How long did it take you to get it to where it is now?
So from bone stock, the way I bought it, 19 days.
19 days by yourself?
By myself, after work. You know, like I said, we have a small business. We manufacture in-house. So, and then I just had a baby 8 weeks ago.
Oh, congrats, man.
Thank you. So I would say realistic, I was able to put a full week of 8-hour days into this truck, but over a span of 19 days.
Let's move on to the side here. What
Okay.
are you rocking for tires and wheels? And I want to dive into the suspension.
Okay, yeah. So wheels and tires on pretty much all my trucks, I run a similar wheel, KMC Mesa Forged beadlock. I don't think everybody needs beadlocks, but when you fall in love with a wheel and you find what you love, you just got to do it. So this is kind of my recipe.
KMC's killing it,
Dude,
too.
KMC's killing it, man. This is awesome, most beautiful wheel. I think it's timeless. Tire, Nitto Trail Grappler. These are 37 1250s, so big, burly, capable tire. I have these on another truck in 35s, and I've always wanted to run the 37s. They look so good. So that's where we landed.
Dude, now you got 37s. People are going to start saying, oh, you know, the engine's going to have a hard time spinning them. Let's talk portals, man.
All right, so cat's out of the bag. Mateo said it. I got 74 weld portals, which gives you a lot. I mean, portals are a very polarizing thing. Either you love it, you hate it. That's all good.
It's also not for everyone.
It doesn't have to be, and that's the cool thing is like, I've never run them. I've run long travel kits, mid travel kits, solid axle, TTB, like so many different things. And I knew that I was always going to build a portal. When I saw that they were becoming available, the reliability was there. I saw that you built a portal truck. I saw a bunch of other people doing it. I was like, I'm doing portals on this truck. So the benefits are 22% gear reduction. This thing is pretty much stock. It thinks this is a 31 BFG on a stock wheel.
Suspension components all positioned exactly where they need to be.
Exactly the same, except for everything's flat. It's dead flat.
See
it's
the axles
happy.
perfect.
Exactly. So you're reducing all that leverage. You're getting the gear reduction. You're getting an insane amount of ground clearance, and you're getting track width. This thing is 3.5 inches wider. Best of all, the steering geometry is all the same.
The cherry on top is look how good this thing looks.
I mean, it's,
you got all those benefits, and then look how good it is.
yeah, able to actually stuff a 37 and be happy with it.
Guys, Jason is someone that's very transparent. He gives it to you the way that it is, and I was looking forward to see what your thoughts were on the portals, man.
So far, this thing's been driven out here. I built it, like I said, quickly. Drove it. I changed the oil after the break-in. It's got 500 miles on it. This thing drives down the road straight as an arrow. It's turning the 37s, no problem. And so far, I've taken it out. You know, I went out locally and just went full bash mode. And I was just like, dang, drifting the roads, and it was just stable, the track width. At first I was honestly a little concerned that it was gonna feel too high, because it's lifting your axle, not your suspension.
Yeah.
So my suspension is only at a 1-inch lift right now.
Yeah.
So it looks high, but it's all in the portal. So far, I really cannot wait to get this thing in the rocks and really see what this thing's about.
You're gonna have a blast, man.
Yeah.
It's just gonna eat those rocks.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Let's move on. What do you have for sliders?
So rock sliders, like I said, underbelly and armor here is gonna be all done by RCI. So RCI makes some really clean stuff. They had everything I needed. So engine skid, transmission skid, transfer case, diff skid, and then I just figured, you know what, we might as well go all the way.
You're ready.
RCI, I'm ready to go.
Hey, what do you have back here for suspension? I see you have the Archive Garage relocation.
Correct, yeah, so Archive Garage, full suite, everything they offer for this truck. shock relocation. This is actually a really new kind of prototype leaf pack. It's more of a pre-runner pack. So low lift, very flexy. I didn't need an Overland pack. U-bolt flip kit, U-bolts, hammer hangers, and their shackles. So everything, as well as their new extended brake line. So everything that Archive Garage offers, I ran those on my long travel Tacoma, the 3rd gen. So I decided, let's pay tribute to that. Let's work with what we know. But going into the rear here, something I've never tried, all the suspension, Peak suspension. So Peak suspension is something that's kind of new to the Toyota market.
They're killing it.
They're killing it. And on paper, they're 2.5s. They have high speed, low speed compression. But I said, look, there's one thing here.
You really wanted that.
I really want to run the Archive Garage shock relocation. I think every Tacoma needs a longer shock, droop, bump, travel. You need that.
So you were a big part of this project right here.
This right here is the only shock in existence that works with this kit. But the good news is now it's available. It's done. The valving is done. And they built this shock. I literally was blown away. I'm not just saying this. I literally put the shock in, put the hardware in, no prying with screwdrivers on the lower shock mount. It just felt like a glove. And I was like, within 2 weeks, they had me a custom shock that they had never built. But that just shows that they're legit. They can build a custom shock.
Pull through.
2.5, 14-inch smoothie. This thing is bumping perfectly. I mean, I don't want to give up too much because I don't have crazy amount of miles off-road on these things. Yeah. But the miles that I do have, I'm very amped on the result straight out of the box.
That's cool, man. Let's talk about this rear bumper here.
Yeah, so another kind of slightly one-off. So this is a Relentless bumper as well. This is their Black Diamond series bumper, and they've been making these bumpers for a while now. In my opinion, one of the cleanest 2nd-gen bumpers, the highest clearance. If you guys get some shots of this thing from behind, the ground clearance is insane on these things. Like, you cut so much out of the bed. It's even with the headlight, your cut line. But I mean, you just get an insane amount of ground clearance. The hitch is super tucked. On the back, they have this cool little bracket. So right now you can't see my license plate. So when I'm going wheeling, I flip that up, boom, flip it down. They put
when you got to run away from the cops, you put it back in.
Hey, there's a toll road coming. We're out. So they've integrated lighting into the back. So I got some Baja Designs S2s in there. They include like a license plate light. So it's a very clever setup. And like I said, I mean, if you just look at the clearance, I mean, it's just insane.
It came together really nice, man. The rear end is super nice. I love what you did also with the new Alpha X taillights. Yeah. How are you liking those?
The prismatic lights are really cool. I kind of struggled with that because in my opinion, all the light options for 3rd gen Tacomas are just chef's kiss. Yeah. 2nd gens are not as well supported just because honestly, like, this truck is 19 years old
with
now.
time things started getting better.
Right.
And
so what I really liked about Alpha X is they were able to continue to develop products because they didn't want to abandon it. They didn't forget. So this is their newest taillight for the truck, is the prismatic series. So I think the only thing, if I could like have a wish, and I've already asked Alpha X if they would potentially do it, is I wish they offered a cherry lens version. So it looks stock, but then when you turn signal, it's new LED. The startup sequence is like matches the front. So I don't really hate the black smoked look because this is like a double smoke. So it looks really black in the daytime. But when you turn these lights on, man, they look awesome. They look modern. So they kind of nailed it for me.
It looks very modern. It brings the truck back to life.
Yeah,
a truck that's been a legend. You know, so
legendary truck. Legendary truck.
Jason, before we end it, let's talk about, man, he's a hustler and this is his product right here. Let's show us what you got.
Yeah, so on this truck, I didn't really need a swing out or anything. That's our main thing, but we also do bike racks.
This is new, right?
Yeah, so this is a couple of years now, but this is our Ramble rack. So our bike racks are designed for off-road use. As this market grew, more and more people were starting to ride. But like over the years, coming from the bike industry and bringing bikes on trips, we always found that we were just not really happy with it, and we wouldn't run any bike rack. We would just take the wheel off, put it inside, and then that would take up room. So when we designed the Ramble rack, we wanted it to be something that was capable of wheeling, go fast, would not damage your bike.
I love the name.
Highest load capacity, and most importantly to us, made in the USA. So we wanted something that was not necessarily be the cheapest, wouldn't be the most crazy, like sexy with integrated lights. It's like, no, this bike rack right here is built to ramble.
That's awesome.
That's what we like to do. So I threw the ramble rack in there, and as you can see, in combination with this Relentless bumper, it is insane.
Jason, before I let you go, my
Yeah.
man, I have a present for you. You made it to the top 5. You were top 3.
What?
And I have a present for you.
What
Mr. Camilo.
is, that's
Thank
insane.
you, sir. Thank you. Let me show you. Here you go.
Brother.
3rd place right there.
Dude, 3rd place. 3rd place with a 2nd gen. That's,
And you did it in by yourself.
19
in what?
days.
19 days, baby.
dude, this is sick, man.
Hell yeah. Congrats.
Dude, thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
the
man.
support, man.
Hell yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
All right, guys, up next, we're here with Dimitri. Really excited to be here in Stellar Build. Dude,
Absolutely.
you build an insane shop, man, and you build insane rigs.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is your 3rd gen, correct?
Yes, this is our shop, 3rd gen Tacoma, 2017. This is like its 4th variation of the build. So
It's been on tracks, right?
been on tracks. It's been in 33s, 35s, 37s, and now we're on 40s. So
On 40s.
yes, this is 40-inch tires. Yep.
Dude, that's awesome. And we'll get to how he's able to rock 40s, clear them, and
oh yeah, I'll tell you all about it.
not be so hard on the engine. Let's start from the front and make our way to the back. What are you rocking for lights?
The whole kind of aesthetic for this build was to mimic an Australian style build. So we call this thing the Aussie Taco. This whole aesthetic is based on that. So the front end, light force lights, classic Australian company, big lights, old school.
They look retro.
Yeah, so it's got the retro look, so that's to kind of tie everything else. So got a couple of ridges on the sides. The bumpers from Descent. This is a bumper that they used to make. They still make if they get enough traction, but they had this bumper for a while. Nice, clean, modular bumper, very light.
I'm becoming a huge fan of Descent, by the way.
Oh,
They're
absolutely.
absolutely killing it with their
Well,
stuff.
it's built nice. If you pay attention to detail, like all the welding, the fabrication, like everything just fits really nice. So we have a come up, a 12,500 pound winch.
What do you got for skid plates?
So skid plates, it's kind of like a hybrid of a couple different things. So coming from here to the center is our very own skid plate. It's just a little skid plate to fill the gap. Moving on down, it's a skid from JD Fab. So this thing has a JD Fab pivot kit. That kit comes with its own skid plate. And further down, we have transmission and transfer case skid plate from C4. So
That's
it's
what
kind
I
of like a
call-
hybrid.
I call a Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, but it works because, you know, every single of these components is made for a sole purpose. So like particularly the pivot kit, you can't really put any other aftermarket skid plate with that kit. So you kind of have to use theirs. But we need the protection, so we kind of have this hybrid. So
Dude, let's dive into your suspension right here.
Yeah, for sure.
First, let's start with your CV axle. What are you rocking?
okay, so it's an RCV, but this isn't an RCV that you can just buy. It's using 930 joints. This is actually came off of a race truck. It's unique because it's really big. If you compare it to a standard RCV, you're not gonna find this. Matter of fact, not even gonna find this on the website. Like stock length, but like ultimate strength.
How complicated was it to make it work?
So they're bolt in, so they're not any different than any other
direct
RCV.
bolt in.
Yeah,
It was
so
not
it's
just-
designed for like a stock length application.
Oh, nice.
So
Sweet, dude. You got Dirt King. Is this standard length?
everything is stock length. So Dirt King lowers, Dirt King uppers, and we have Dobinson's coilovers in the front. So as far as steering, using Apex tie rod, as you guys already know, I mean that's a common wheelie on Tacomas is a steering. And as far as the steering rack itself, we're playing around with the new 74 wheel billet steering rack. It's in its prototype stage now, but so far the feedback is great. It's a lot stronger than stock. We went through Moab, no problem. So there's a couple of quirks we got to figure out, but otherwise everything is good. So hopefully this thing will be out in the market this year.
I am so stoked for this, guys, because you're upgrading to bigger tires. Certain components start to need a little bit more
Oh,
beef.
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
That's definitely one of them.
Yeah, no, well, this truck had, this rack had 70,000 miles on it. It's, hard use. It had tracks at one point. So, like, this rack is definitely helping it out.
How are you liking the portals?
I always tell people it's the ultimate cheat code. It's, like, almost unfair. Like, you put portals on, and, like, a lot of the problems that you had before instantly go away. It's clearance, and, we do a lot of snow wheeling in California. You're not dragging axles. You barely actually clipping your belly because you're hovering above, the portals gives you all the clearance. So, it's nice.
Dude, I love him. He could have not said it better. It's
Yeah.
literally a cheat code.
Yeah.
You said you were rocking 40s, right?
So these are 40s, yeah. Nitto Mud Grappler, very popular on the East Coast. They're pretty aggressive, as you can see. It's got this kind of dyno style. I'm running these because I had a set of these laying around the shop, and they're kind of a hard sell because somebody really would want them on their truck. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna run these. They actually do really good off-road. When you deflate these, essentially it's like 0 or 3 PSI, you still have like a lot of bulge, and it keeps the truck up just from that because the sidewall is super thick. So nice off-road, pretty good in the snow. The only downside, they're kind of loud in the highway, but
Dude, I can imagine.
Yeah.
The portals made it all stick out 3.5 inches.
Yeah,
So,
so
what offset did you go with?
I believe this is a plus 35 method wheel. This is their bead grip wheel. Now we took a next step further. We sent this out to OMF and converted to a bead lock because We do a lot of like hardcore wheeling in NorCal, so all of my personal rigs have bead locks, so we converted this one as well. So everything's nice and tight, nice and sucked in. It's not too wide. You get into width from the portal.
Got the perfect poke.
It's perfect, yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't want to run anything else.
What do you got for sliders?
For sliders, moving on, these are my homies from RCI. We've been using their stuff for forever. Love their strength. Always consistent product, good powder coat and design. Structurally, they're super nice. This is their long bed slider. So the truck itself is a long bed, although we don't have the bed that used to be here, but so we got a little stick out here, but yeah.
It doesn't look bad, man. If you did not point that out to me, I would have never known. That's one of those things that, you know, as a builder, you're kind of like,
well,
only you know.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it works nice because this is a nice step because, you know, you're always messing with the rack and stuff on top, so it's nice to have this here.
Cool, man. What do you have for your roof rack?
Okay, so for roof rack, so we're here in the Front Runner Dometic booth. This is a Front Runner Sport Line rack. They have the new Starlink mount, new decking panels. You got the MaxRax mount. So nice, easy, clean rack, easy to install in your garage. You know, it's and it's not very expensive.
Dude, I love the low profile aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Real quick, what size awning is this?
That's the shortest one to make from Dometic. What's cool about this, it's a quick release. So, you know, you just hook up to a rack. Just say if you don't want to drive with this thing during a long trip, quick release, throw in the back, throw it inside, whatever, you know, so it's not in the way. Daily driving, boom. You don't have to, you know, spend time wrenching and all that. So,
dude, that is rad, man. Let's move to the back. Dude, we got to the big part of this build.
All right, so
what's going on over here? What is this?
So the back of this truck, this kind of what makes the truck Aussie style. It's the MITS alloy bed. So it's all aluminum. This thing is like super versatile. It's a flatbed with a bunch of pockets, a bunch of storage places. So this thing came factory with a water tank. I always have water if I want to wash my hands. It's always here.
And it's right here, accessible. I love it.
Now, the way we have it set up, this for the show purposes, we took off the sides, but we usually have drop-down bed sides. So, you know.
No way.
Yeah, so now, something to keep in mind, this is our like shop truck. Like we use this at work, like to move stuff, to pick up parts, to do whatever. This is the truck that puts in work. So we don't do any towing with it, but as far as general shop purposes, this is what we use.
So you wheel it and you use it to work?
Yes, absolutely. Like if you look at the bed, it's got like differential fluid all over. It puts in work. So
how much does this weigh?
So from what I heard, this thing weighs about 50 pounds more than stock bed configuration.
Only 50 pounds?
Yes. So it's not very heavy at all. I mean, it's all aluminum. So, you know, once you get into like various canopies, you begin to add weight, but in its form like this, it's not very heavy.
Wow, that's super. Dude, you sold me with that.
Yeah, no,
like right now I'm like sold.
Absolutely. And like I said, the bed size maybe add a couple of pounds, but otherwise it's pretty light.
What did you do for leaf springs to, I mean, I was going to say to hold up all this weight, but it's just 50 more pounds.
So something to keep in mind, having portals, we actually did not want any lift. So it's got like just like a level setup in the front, maybe 1.5 inches of actual suspension lift. The rear is a stock height. It's an OME leaf pack, but it's set up for more weight, but at stock height. So if you were to take these wheels off, take the portals off, the truck would look stock. So.
Dude.
Yeah, so nothing fancy, you know, just the OME pack.
Does it have a bed slide back here?
Oh yeah, for sure. So this is...
Oh, dude, that is so sweet. How much weight can this hold?
I'm not sure, but it's enough to hold whatever you pack in here. So I just have recovery gear, just camping gears, you know, inflators and all that. So it's usually enough. Yeah. I probably wouldn't stand on it, but you know, but
I was gonna be like, can I stand on?
Yeah. There's an option you can do like a table over this, but you know, I like to use it in its
that's so sweet.
Form.
So sweet and convenient.
It is, yeah.
I see you have a winch here as well.
So this is kind of going back to our track wheeling days. So when we had tracks in this truck, you actually use rear winch more than you front, because with tracks, you know, you get to a point where like you can't pull yourself forward because it's a lot more intense. So we installed a rear winch, use this thing a lot, and honestly, like all the wheeling that I do now, like I use my rear winch more than I do the front.
Dude,
like,
if you're in a tight trail and you have to turn around to help your buddy out,
for sure. Like, it's kind of bumper winch, everything all in one. Because the truck is so high off the ground, like I didn't need anything to be like an actual bumper. If you're coming off ledges, you'll clip this, and this thing is actually like the cradle itself is welded to the frame.
It's protecting it all.
Yeah, so it's literally part of the frame, and the winch is connected to that. You know, we got the camera relocation and recovery points all built in.
Oh, that's so sick. I didn't see that.
Yeah, little details, you know.
That's
and
rad.
The controller box is right here. So when you use it, you just click that thing on and plug it and go.
So you got the 40-inch tires. You know, sometimes you lose a lot of time either airing down or airing up.
Of course.
How big is this tank? I've not seen them that big.
You know, I don't know exact spec as far as gallons wise, but this is the biggest tank power tank makes. And that's another thing, like for us in NorCal, a lot of rock crawling, a lot of snow wheeling. So we deflate low, like 5 PSI club, that's us. So we use power tank for that purpose. It inflates our tires really fast. You know, I do have a compressor that I use. You know, we like to use more flake compressors, but power tank gets us going fast if we need to just, you know, get off the trail and go. Boom, 2 minutes. This thing is out of here. So
sweet, dude.
yeah. And as far as the rest, from Dometic, we have all the kitchen stuff now. But usually, I have an axe, shovel, I got a jack, and all that stuff. If you look at it, it's all like rusty and used. Like, we use it. It's not just there to look pretty. So, you know, this is the tools that we use in the regular.
If you guys get close enough, the camera probably doesn't do it justice, but you can tell that Dimitri uses this. And the cool thing about this rig, man, is that you found a lot of uses for this Tacoma. You know, there's a lot of opportunity cost. Sometimes you want to have an overland rig, but then you cannot jump it because you don't have the long truck. I feel like you've been able to figure out how to make it a shop truck, how to go wheeling with it, how to camp in it. Right? Like how to do so many things and make it work for you.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's a super versatile truck, you know, and the more I can build it up, the more I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I want to add this. And that's what really happens when you have a truck for long enough, like it evolves with you and with your needs, you know, because when this thing came to us, it was on 33s, it was like, you know, mildly built, and that's it. Like I kind of kept it that way. And then over time, you added this, tried this part, that part, and like eventually we got to this point here, so.
Hell yeah, my man. Dimitri, if I can have you over here, I have a present for you.
Okay.
Here we go, Mr. Camilo. I want to show you what you got. You actually made it to the top 5, but you are number 2, sir. This is for you.
Dang, okay. Look at that, guys. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, dude. You killed it. All right, guys, for first place, we have Frank and his Lexus GX 550. How's it going, Frank? Congratulations,
man. Thank you very much.
First place on the top 5 Toyotas.
I'm so stoked. I can't believe it, man. That's great.
This thing is so badass, man.
That's awesome. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to take you around it and give you more details.
Let's do it, man. We'll start from the front and make our way all the way to the back.
All right.
What do you have for your front bumper?
Descent off-road. This is the 3rd bumper I've had.
On this vehicle?
On this vehicle, yeah. I've had 35s on it. I little lift, a little collar lift, 35s, took it to Moab. Bumpers
banged it up.
Yeah, banged it up. So said I need better, and then I got another set of bumpers from Victory 4x4, but they were still down where the OEMs were. It was steel now, so I could scrape them and not break it, but I needed a big departure and approach angle for what I do. And Ben came out with this at Descent Off-Road, and I put them on, and this is the greatest
bumper ever. He's killing it, man. I'm such a big fan of Descent Off-Road and
you
what
look
he's
at these welds. I mean, you look at everything about this, every
lines,
detail.
You know how everything just fits.
It's super, and it's huge now, the approach angle, so I can go play like a big boy.
Man. What do you have for your lighting?
Rigid, all the way around. I got a 30-inch light ball here. The ditch light is a rigid. These are clear, and I put these amber caps on them for the fog lights.
It gives it a nice touch.
Yeah, I like it.
What about your skid plates?
They are all Victory 4x4, and because this is so tall, I wanted to have steel skid plates to keep the center of gravity down low, because it can get tippy when you get tall. And if you're going to put a portal lift on it and get it as high as this is, you really want some weight down low. So the bumpers, they're sort of mid-weight, and the skid plates lower the center of gravity, and that makes it better.
I was trying to keep it a secret, but you already let him have it. So Frank is on portal axles. How have those been, man?
Oh, they are so good. You can have so much more fun when you go out and play on portals. The ground clearance at the rear diff was 8.8 inches. Now it's 16. I can drive over a Home Depot bucket and clear it. And the lowest point here in the skid plate, 18 inches of clearance.
That's insane, man.
It's insane.
Did you get to wheel your vehicle without portals and then with portals to feel the difference in how much capable it became?
Yeah, I've done trails in Moab with just a collar lift and 35s. And then I went back with 38s and portals, and it was a whole new ball game. Not only could I go more places, but going over the rock gardens where you tense up thinking you're going to scrape something, and you just keep moving. It clears it all. One guy that was following me over a rock garden, there's a big rock, and it was yay high, and I drove over the middle of it, and he thought, oh good, I'll be able to clear that. And he got up to it, and he hit it, and it rolled it, and scraped, and stopped his car, and he goes, I'm not following you anymore. I can't take those lines.
Dude, that's what portals will do, man. I keep hearing that they are like a cheat code, and I can relate to that. You know, I have portals on my Tacoma as well. Would you agree?
A cheat code. That's a perfect term for it. Yeah. I mean, do you love them?
I can't live without them.
That's exactly what Ben, who designed it, he said, I can't imagine having another four-wheeler without portals.
Yeah, Ben from Descent Off-Road, he's also rocking them on his Land Cruiser too, and I've heard great things from him as well.
It's great. So this also houses a Warren winch, 10,000-pound winch. I've got some Agency 6 Fairlead and that kind of thing. And I've got a few Agency, the grab handles you'll see back here, the shovel.
What tire size are you rocking now and wheel?
This is a 38 13.5 on a 17-inch wheel. This comes originally with an 18-inch wheel. And, you know, if you're going to be off-roading, you want as much rubber here as you can. So I went with a 17-inch wheel. And this is the bead grip from Method, the 703 bead grip. I've aired it down to 10 pounds, 11 pounds, and
it takes
had it
just
off
fine?
camber, and it's been fantastic.
Now, what's the offset on that wheel? Because, you know, with the portals, it does kick it out 3.5 inches.
It does. That's why I've got a plus 35.
Plus 35.
Plus 35
And
offset.
the poke is perfect, man. The stance is really nice.
Yeah, it's a good look. And this is all King suspension back here. I had a Total Chaos upper control arm. Had to change that to an Icon because it was adjustable, and that allowed us to get alignment that was perfect on it. They ride good. They're aligned well. It doesn't pull. And the mud terrain makes a little more noise, but that's okay.
Yeah. So, Frank, what do you have for your sliders?
Okay, the sliders are Westcott Designs. This bracket for the rigid ditch light is Westcott Designs.
I love it.
It fits right on that little triangle. It's
I
perfect.
love this protection that he kind of
Yeah,
adds.
and
so nice.
it didn't add any wind noise. You know, if you put it up here, you've got all kinds of new wind noise. The roof rack is also Westcott Designs.
You got some Pelican cases up there.
Got the Pelican case, and this is Westcott Designs for the Molly panel.
Frank is someone that's been doing it for how long have you been doing this, Frank? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 74.
74.
Yeah, I get a little vomit in the back of my throat every time I say that. 74.
You have the spirit of a 21-year-old though.
I've been doing this since I was a teenager.
Since you were a teenager.
Yeah.
Man. I speak for a lot of us. You are like a legend. You're like a legend.
I think this is the legend.
You've learned so much over the years. You know exactly what you want, and to be able to get to this point where you build this, for me, that says a lot.
You're very kind. It's been a lot of fun along the way.
Dude, and you can tell, man. It's like you put it all together, and it came out so good.
Yeah, I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with it.
Let's move on to the back. What do you got for the rear bumper?
All right, it's Descent Off-Road. It's an awesome bumper.
Clearance is insane.
The clearances are insane. And you can see under there the 16 inches that I've got for ground clearance. And the only thing that's hit so far, you can see right here, I've hit it. And you can see some of these other areas right here where I've scraped it on the rocks.
He did such a good job though at working with what, you know, Lexus and Toyota has given us, which is we got to work around where they place the hitch. He did such a clean job at hiding everything.
It's perfect. It's worked out great. This is a triple color light that he puts on. The backup camera, he kept that
Perfect
on.
placement.
And it works perfectly. The proximity sensors, both front and back, still work perfectly. So he just kills it.
Do you mind showing us how these doors open?
Yeah, you just pull a little latch, and it's got a strut that'll just swing this big heavy tire open, which is real cool.
So if you guys are parked, you know, at an intense angle, this thing is just gonna stay right open. It won't close on you like some of the other ones do.
This is really cool. He does this little table.
Oh, I love this.
So you got a work area here if you want it. So it doesn't rattle. He's got this little latch that seals it down tight.
Perfect.
They just think of everything. And this is...
Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see this. This is so cool. Man, you're making me love the Lexus GX 550, man.
It's not a hard car to love.
This thing, and he's got it so clean, you know. Oh, man.
So these are air down, gear up drawers. Mostly I keep recovery gear and cleaning stuff on this side. But you can get these with stoves, with a refrigerator built in, with, you know, whatever you want. This is a sleeping platform. So often when you do a sleeping platform, you have to do a seat delete. But the way they designed this is that you can fold these seats down, and this is perfectly flat all the way across.
So you can just lay there.
All the way to the front seats, and I put a mattress pad in the sleeping bag here. I can keep my refrigerator here, or vice versa, because I can plug the refrigerator in to the AC.
Do you do a lot of camping, or you mostly go out and you like to wheel?
When I was younger, I did a lot of camping. Now, if I can get an Airbnb or a hotel, I do that. And if there's not available, like we're going to go in October to do the Rubicon.
Dude, I heard.
Hoping you're going to come with us.
Dude, I will come, man.
Well,
if you guys will have me, I'll go.
It's 4 days. We're going to be camping out. It's going to be all Portal vehicles, all Toyota, Lexus vehicles.
Fun.
It's going to be
just
killer.
To be out there on the trails with you would be an honor, sir.
Hey, listen, being with all these guys, it's just so much fun. Ben's going to be there. All the guys that built this out are going to be there.
Are these lights?
Victory, yeah, and These are just battery powered.
And they're magnetic?
And yeah, they're magnetic. I can stick one up here and light up the area. It costs a fortune to wire these things in permanently. And these are like 39 bucks.
And they just, oh, no way.
Yeah. And so,
Dude, I might have to copy that idea.
just plug it in, charge them up. I get a couple of those, a couple that I can take around with me if I want, and it just sticks back up.
Molly panels on the side here,
Yep.
and you're
Yep.
dialed.
I got AC power right here. I got a little gun safe right there.
Oh, cool.
I like this setup.
You can see it. You can see it in your eyes, Frank. You love this rig, man.
Yeah,
Has this been the best variation of all the builds you've done in your lifetime?
Oh my God, yes. It's been so much fun. And you know, I told you there was a rendering of this that caught my attention. It was the way that Ben visioned he was going to build his GX 550. And when I saw that rendering, I thought, that's what I'm going to do. And I got it built before Ben did.
Dude,
That's
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and it's just everything I hoped it would be. The stance on it is strong and aggressive, and it'll go anywhere. The only limiting factor is me.
I can't wait to see you out on the trails, man. Before I give you a present I have for you, I asked this question to a lot of people. You have no idea how excited I am to ask it to you. If you could give advice to anyone that's just starting out, that's just getting into the scene, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. It would be to understand that you don't have to have the biggest, best, and most expensive first. You know, I couldn't afford this till I was 73 years old. So don't get in a hurry. You know, build
Enjoy
it
the
up in the
process.
way you can build it. Yeah, you can get a $500 Westcott collar lift and some 35s, and you can do amazing things.
Yeah, and enjoy it.
And enjoy it for such a small amount of money. So don't go nuts thinking you have to have the biggest, baddest thing out there. That can come over time.
And with time, you start to learn what you want, and then you get to what Frank has.
I've been 17 years old and out with my friends having more fun than you can possibly imagine with the cheapest damn brides you ever saw in your entire life. The important part is to get together and have fun with it and enjoy it, and you know, and live it up.
That's awesome, Frank. I love that advice. Thank you. Now I have a present for you, Mr. Camilo. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
You are number one out of the top 5, and we have this present for you.
Oh my God, that's so cool! Look at this, Yota Force,
First place, baby.
Rip Royal. Oh man, that's gonna get mounted.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
gonna be bragging rights for sure.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. That's
no,
awesome
that's
to hear
beautiful.
that.
God, thanks so much.
Congrats,
that's
sir.
great.
Congrats.
That's great, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier with this, with the honor, and the opportunity to meet and talk with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you out on the trails.
Well, that'll be fun.
Let's do it.
All right.
Thank you. Hell yeah. If you guys made it this far, thanks for watching. It was not an easy choice to go through the top 5. We had a lot of options. We sat down with the team, we debated, we argued, we went back and forth, and I couldn't be more happy with the top 5 this year. I couldn't be more happy with Frank taking the win with first place and winning that trophy. What a legend. What an awesome dude, and I would love to be able to go out with him on the trails. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.